in the forward direction here for the team that is T1. AFREECA identifying it early, and I'm curious to see what they're going to round it out with. We got a top pick that's going to come in here. How else are you going to fight against what T1 has drafted?
And I really like if they go with another Magic top laner here against T1, and the reason that I say that is because now Graves can just go lethality, and he will hit like a truck against everyone because you can't itemize against him. With all this CC, the opponents aren't incentivized to get Ninja Tab eyes, so Graves and Ashe they're sitting pretty. There's not going to be any on-hit damage reduction. The kiting backwards out of AFREECA, very powerful as well. It's not like T1 doesn't have options, but once again, this game will be decided most likely in the first 15 minutes of the game. Olaf should get first and second Drake. Third Dragon is going to be the decisive fight. If AFREECA gets it once, the tides are just going to turn and T1 will be reduced to smoke and mirrors with the Twisted Fate and have to play it out that way.
Yeah, which is not easy, and it's something that we talk about often, the pressure being on one team to try to make plays early on in the game rather than sitting back and letting the comp doing the work for them. And we've seen, players like Faker on TF be able to warp games into their own favor, and we'll see if he can pull it off here once again with an Olaf helping him from the jungle as we take a final look at the comps here. We talked about it a lot in pick ban, but it does make a lot of sense. There's also a lot of great ults on the enemy team for you to steal. As the Sylas, you can take TF. You will have Kalista, Alistar to survive, Kennen to go in. So many options for Keen, and a guy like Keen who can just absolutely take full advantage of that is going to be really fun. You were talking about, protecting the Ashe. How about just the Fate's Call?
Yeah.
For the Sylas. Just the Fate's Call. Uses it on the Ashe, and now he can get her out of any bad position and survive for a long time.
And so it's going to be really problematic in the later stages of the game. And remember, Sylas, he came in R5, but there's lots of other options that even could have been picked top lane. I mean, Soraka could have came in on R5. And then good luck, have fun trying to actually kill anyone on the side of AFREECA. That would have been another option. I mean, there's so many champions that could have actually been picked up. Vladimir even could have came in on R5. Rise. I mean, that's a bit of a blast to the past. We haven't seen him in a very long time.
How about Renekton? I'm kidding. I'm just trying to tilt you. I know it's been it's been a rough couple of drafts for you. I'm just trying to push you over the edge.
I'm disappointed you didn't say Aatrox.
Yeah, Aatrox was too obvious. I felt I had to take it a step further,
Well. And, all right, well, to start things off, I mean, Keen really utilizing that brush play and making Kana feel the pressure. Does end up whiffing. Not going to get anything, and Galio's pretty good at shoving in waves. Faker, though. 7-2 on Twisted Fate. Oh, man.
It's already a huge chunk of damage.
Yeah.
And the Sylas has more sustain with the Corrupting Pot. The Kana only went for, I think it was Doran. Yeah, it was Doran's and the one pot. So it's going to be really difficult for him.
Whoa!
Oh, he lands it. That was max range, but there's a lot of minions hitting him. But still, he is going to be able to chug that final.
When you can see Kana's player cam, I don't even know how that hit.
Keen just extends.
Just so far ahead now as well. Because Kana has lost quite a bit of CS during this time. And so, EXP. Even though the CS score is still very, very close. Keen about to ding level 3. He'll shove in the wave now. Or he's going to try to. He's at half HP. The thing is that Kana doesn't have a ward in River. And so he has to gamble a little bit on if Graves is there. Keen backing up, ends up losing the cannon. That'll be good for Kana. Bit of an awkward situation that he's actually in right now. He might need Spirit to come on over and help him after the Scuttle Crab. It's coming up in a second here. Connor's obviously going to throw a shuriken in. No, not today. I guess not. All right, well, Elam. Yeah, I mean, Galio's able to match TF and Prio, and now Spirit. He's up a camp over Olaf. And now Connor's actually going to get back some of the edge. So the level 1 victory has been pretty much mitigated. And he's doing a back teleport just to respect that Olaf could be there. Goes for the Doran's Ring, and I don't know how I feel about that over Corrupting Potion. Or Darkseal, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he's already got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also not sure why Keen didn't just back around the same time that Kana backed. He could have just TP'd back, and he would have had 3 more stacks of the Corrupting Pot, and could have continued to push some of the edge that he had gained for himself. But
yeah.
He stuck around. There were a lot of low minions. He was like, maybe I can stay for this and then TP later. But then the cannon came. A little bit indecisive. Okay. Faker just... is just pushing him off the lane, I guess. Definitely interesting that he TP'd top and not to mid.
Trying to understand if there was some lane manipulation that just happened there.
You got anything?
No, I wasn't paying close.
Can we get a replay of the teleport? Yeah, definitely looked weird.
Was it a bug? No, we would have been paused if it was a bug.
I think maybe Fly had just backed and the lane was in such a state in the mid side where he's like...
This is like one of those things in solo queue where the person says apologize or I run it down. You know, like...
Oh, so toxic.
Oh, no.
You made a mistake. Now I'm going to ruin your life.
I'm not totally sure what that was. I don't know if we'll end up getting a replay of it, but nonetheless, Faker, Merc Treads, first item. This is what we were talking about. Because of the Braum, the Ashe, the Galio, you don't really get to go Ninja Tab Eye. So, Graves, if I see a Black Cleaver, okay, I'm
you know it's coming.
Yeah.
It's right there in the recommended items. I mean, how can you not select it?
Doesn't this look like Ragnaros, this Galio?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, kind of cool.
The helmet kind of...
It's Ragnaros.
Yeah.
About it. Honestly, it's fine. Not a big deal.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah,
it's a cool skin.
Yeah, I do too. Well, it does look like Dragon is going to get soloed here by Elam. And this is to be expected. The first 2 dragons of the game just likely to end up going over to T1. If they can roll a Cloud.
Nice.
Nice. Pretty, you know. And hold on, I'm just going to turn the page here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so rolling a Cloud and then, I mean, Mountain is what's going to be really spicy as the 3rd dragon here. Because AFREECA, if they end up getting it, the game becomes really problematic. But likewise, if T1 gets it, it really helps out against the damage that even Galio and Silas do, because both of them tend to build a lot of utility items rather than just raw AP hard-hitting items. And so any little bit of damage resistance, super big for both of these parties in this game.
Some Spirit being very careful around his blue, and there was actually a blue ping that came in from T1, kind of saying he's probably going to be on his blue that just respawned here.
And Effort is roaming up the top here to try to make this play work. Both of them have Ignite, and Effort's going to be spotted out on his little roam here. He has the boots to Swift. Well,
thanks.
He does give away the cannon, but that wave would have been permanently frozen with that cannon.
Yeah. They're still going for this, by the way.
Okay.
And they have TF. The flash comes in. They're trying to burst him down, and that should be that. First blood. As easy as you would like. 4 members able to go up there and pick up the first blood. They're going to be able to roll this into the Rift Herald. Again, this is something we talk about with you know, giving up some waves in the bottom side, but they are sending Kana down very early.
Yep.
Try to catch that wave.
So they had so many people up there in order to make that play happen. Now they're in the close proximity to the Rift Herald. And it was a nice play. You can see how safe Kana's being right now. He doesn't want to walk up and then have someone be there and just immediately get blown away. Also doesn't have teleport available, and so this is a little bit unfortunate. Even though they're getting the Rift Herald, Kana not really getting the kind of edge that one would expect. And, okay, Faker will get that turret plate. Not going to be the end of the world for him. As LM's going to come up here, they're going to summon it right as the third plate is remaining. Teddy's now going to get all the gold, so they're going to make sure to put the Callista in a very comfortable position this game. And now, I mean, it's the LCK, so it won't happen, but
okay. Free.
And if Keen froze right now, this actually would be a horrendous play by T1 to give Keen the freeze at this stage of the game. Because then Teddy has nothing to do. You're 9 minutes into the game, Dragon's 2 minutes away. Now you're sharing the XP in mid or bottom, and there's nothing to do. And I have no idea. If Keen freezes, I mean, hell froze over. So at this point, the Pengu comes out. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we got him. We got him. F-Key is looking around the map immediately. Oh! Oh!
What's
Keen?
up?
Is he pushing?
You know, Keen has been freezing. I was going to mention that before the replay. He was. It does look like it's pushing back a little bit now.
It looks like it's pushing. I mean, we see a Pingo on it. Yeah, but I think he's using spellcasts. So Kana is just going to immediate. Now, I remember in the Kana Hanwha life, I was in the Twitch chat that day.
Yeah.
That you guys were casting, and it was the same thing. He was on the Camille, permanently pushing the tier 2 top turret instead of just freezing.
Yeah.
Or lane swapping and letting someone else go up and freeze. And when you constantly push and just overextend, you're in danger or you're investing more into the vision. And so Keen, very slow on the pushback. T1 are up about 2,500 gold. And Fly has to be really careful right now. He's erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, they're trying to lock down that dragon. I mean, it was pretty much theirs anyway. This blue card is pulled there. And you see that AFREECA aren't really going to make any moves towards that dragon. They're just going to pretty much hand that one over. Graves is going top. Saw Keen on potential ward areas, I guess.
Yeah.
Not much else as Keen finally decides he wants to push extremely hard back into Kana.
Yeah. And so I wonder if he'll actually walk up to this next wave as well. They know that Olaf's on the dragon. We said this would happen from the very beginning. First two Drakes typically against Olaf team compositions, provided the mid and bot lane are suitable enough, will almost always go over.
X-Flash. Here we go. I feel like I've seen this before. As they're going to get the double knock up, and Mystic is in so much trouble. Down he will go. Ellum just comes over and taps Braum on the shoulder. It doesn't really matter as we see another effective gank coming in here from T1.
Yeah. Very good coordination with Faker.
Oh, King going to get stunned up here. Nice amount of poke damage going out there by Kana. You could see that he was
and Faker
hesitating a little bit.
Oh, he's actually using it right now, so no longer going to have that available. And had Keen tried to turn the engage and Twisted Fate would come in with a teleport, things would get very bad. So right now, T1 are in a super comfortable position. They have sizable enough leads in very key departments. And this is what their comp needed to do. It needed to get ahead with Twisted Fate and Olaf. So this is a pretty standard play out from what's been going on. And effort on the Alistar. Goes in, waits, gets the knock up, and then just sends Mystic to his demise.
Yeah, it's kind of like the effort Faker show right now.
Yeah.
Both of these ganks extremely clean. as, you know, these T1 players showing off their mechanics and able to put it together as a team. And that is what is giving them this nice little lead in this game. Keen says, well, I'll just steal that and clear out the wave.
And they're completely even up in top lane. And Fly has not really managed to do a whole bunch on this Galio in terms of matching the TF so far this game. And so while the pick, in theory, should be able to do just that, Faker's done a pretty good job at slipping past everything as... Oh! Unfortunate there.
Yeah. It almost looked like he just didn't want to do it. Just took the back angle. Said, actually, I'm going to recall here. Kana going for the APS, Proto Belt, and the Blasting Wand. And he's actually just going to continue to head up to the top side. Not too much action after the couple of ganks and the dragon takes that were kind of uncontested by the side of AFREECA. And so, just sitting back, farming. Graves is doing a good job farming in this game, by the way. He's a little bit ahead of the Ola.
Well, nice steal away of the red. Elm should be able to also pick up the second Rift Herald. Yeah, gonna end up getting the... Honestly, that was just very rude by Effort. Scuttlecrab did not deserve that.
Scuttlecrab did seem very taken aback.
Yeah, seemed a little bit agitated.
Yeah.
A little bit peeved off there.
It's like when you try to move a sleeping cat. They're just not really having it. They're not too happy about it. That was the Rift Scuttle.
Is that what happens when you try to report the enemy player?
Yeah, well, nothing happens generally when I do that, so it's not a good feel. And AFREECA actually kind of just forced their way onto the Rift Heralds here, and T1 are like, okay, I mean, if you want it that badly, we're going to get Faker a solo kill onto the turret. We're going to push mid, and they're not going to find too much success there.
I mean, it's a 5,000 gold lead through very little actual game interaction. This has just been purely lane destruction in what should be pretty neutral lanes. Obviously, Keen and Kana were going pretty even. Ashe and Braum up until that one turret dive.
Oh, Keen. Well, he is going to be nearly impossible to kill.
Ooh.
As finally you see AFREECA attempts to make a engage happen, but it's a little bit forced more than anything else, and just an easy return there by T1.
Well, 20 seconds until the Infernal. And now without that Galley ultimate, without Silas, it's going to be really hard. I mean, it should just be T1 getting the Infernal and forcing a soul point. This is a very eerie kind of game. You know?
Yeah.
We're watching paint dry here, as it really just feels like AFREECA have given up almost in a way the last couple of moments with like decisions that they've made.
You can tell that they feel very put on the defensive.
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, well, we can't venture too far out. We can't contest any objectives. We can't really find value on the map. I suppose we're just going to have to sit back and try to scale. But at least they're going to be putting down this Shirley here. It does a bit of damage, but okay, they're actually going to continue rotating up. But here comes T1. Always threatening.
And Spirit just trying to get the turret, not even going to be able to get it. So a lot of the gold advantage standing for T1 is inside of the turrets that remain everywhere. And now mid-tier 1 is going to fall.
You steal the Fate's Call here. They're going to go on to Effort, and he's Alistair, so he doesn't really care. Slow's going down on the Elm. They're trying to force that Ragnarok. There it is. And now the Galio tanking up so much in the front, but the stopwatch is pretty huge as the exhaust goes down onto Kana. But still, it is enough damage to get onto that one. The re-engage coming in here from Faker. He has the stopwatch, follows it up there, gives the double kill over to Kana. And AFREECA now as well. Missed the blasting plant there. He's going to die too. Now is where you have to play defensive, but man, 4 kills for none.
Yeah,
T1 are just shutting them out.
Silas did not have a good ultimate for that fight, and also Galio's ult was on cooldown the entire time. There was no objective up, and so it's just a very bizarre timing for AFREECA to ever handshake or try to attempt to reinitiate any sort of a fight, especially because T1 are so much stronger right now. So take a look at this. They clear out the minion wave. Ash Hour goes down onto Effort, and from right here, just disengage. Everyone just back up. La-di-da. Everything would be fine. Fly, for some reason, wants to get Fly swatted as he tries to reinitiate a team fight. Slicing Maelstrom comes out from Cannon, and a really good Destiny Gate by Faker. Thought he was actually just going to throw the wild cards up at Fly and just kill him.
Yeah.
But it didn't end up mattering. I mean, it's just a massacre, and this is one of those games where it really ends before it even seems like it starts. And so this has been 2 games in a row now of this happening.
Yeah, pretty much dominance from one team as the other team kind of feels helpless. We saw that from good old Lee Sin in game number 1 from the side of T1, and now it just feels like AFREECA don't really have the tools, although they're going to get another Alistar ultimate. That feels pretty bad, man. Once again, Spirit able to get that dash up, and he's not able to get over the wall with that ultimate. Galio coming on in, but it might just be a little bit too little too late. There's the 3-man knockup. And how about another kill? Do we have any more here? Looks like Braum. And even Keen, although he does get that Alistar ultimate, but it just does not matter. The clean ace comes out from T1, 11-0 right now in the kills. This is what I call one-sided.
Yeah, this is a perfect game, is what it looks like. I feel like this will probably end in the next 5 minutes. I can't actually imagine AFREECA being able to hang on whatsoever. As Faker's top, he's just shoving that. He's going to get Demolish proc off on the top tier 2. It's a 10,700 gold advantage right now with 3 dragons. There's the Baron. Okay, we're at 12k. Almost 13k.
We're just piling it
we're
on
counting,
right now.
Actually, right now. I'm not sure what's after 13, but...
Yeah, we didn't get that far in school.
Yeah. As AFREECA, yet again, I mean, that's just very bizarre. It doesn't even make really that much sense. Enchanted Crystal Hour onto an Alistar just basically ignores him. Spirit does not have a way to get into the Raptor Pit, as he is all out of dashes, and then this is just... I don't even know. Wombo combo Sunday Funday. I have no idea.
Well, actually, it's Friday.
Rebecca Black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta get down on Friday, that's what they say.
AFREECA look like they've been listening to Rebecca Black. Maybe that influenced the play here.
Here's Effort. He's gonna find the Graves. That's been one of his favorite targets, and he's just feels like unkillable, although this time around T1 perhaps went a little bit too far. Fly trying to get a flank. It was actually all a bait to get him, but they're gonna find Kennen actually. He's got a stopwatch, though. They don't quite have the damage to take him down, and Kana is going to live for now. And he might actually live the whole way through. Not even the 1 kill is going to be given over to AFREECA. 16-0 against Baron. They're going to push. They're going to take Infernal Soul. What else can they take? Teddy's just running down the lane. Well, so why not?
They're going to get Infernal Soul here. And if there was ever a time for a surrender in pro play, I mean, this would be...
This might be it.
This would probably be it. If this isn't it, there's never a time. It's basically...
True. I mean, you take a look at the score lines and all the stats, it's like... Okay, yeah, the game is pretty much over, guys. There's not really too much else to say. T1, they were unhappy with game 1. And they came to clap back. A very proactive team composition, and they're using it very well in this one. And you're watching this and thinking, hey, maybe they're going to catch Effort. That's never going to happen. They still have Callista.
Yep.
They don't even have the damage over the wall to burn through stopwatch.
And
it's a great item.
Yeah, Kana barely living there. And Effort almost going down as well. Spirit just not really able to do anything at this point in time. And so, I mean, we're just waiting for the inevitable end. I mean, this is the bounce back that we, you know, at the end of game number 1, I guess.
Yeah.
Sort of talked about would be possible. Not the kind of draft I would have thought it to happen with, but nonetheless, I mean, this was absolutely a decimation. I mean, I don't even know, man. AFREECA just got Infinity Gauntlet snapped here in this game.
Pretty much. Well, they're going to try for Kana here. That was a last-second flash. He was pretty far down the lane.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult to force that onto a Kennen.
I actually really wonder if T1 are playing in a way to retain the perfect game here. I know that sounds really strange, but when you're this far ahead, maybe the mindset is, you know, may as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like by doing that they're going to lose from this point.
No,
so, yeah, you might as well. And they're looking to be clean. You know, it's even just in a, you know, a mental sense, you want to play it clean after losing the first one. Although Faker really gets caught there, but is able to flash out of that one. Element a little bit of an awkward spot now. He's going to have to Ragnarok out of this one. And they're going to find Teddy now in the front. Maybe you were able to caster curse them here, or maybe not, actually, as the big turnaround comes in, and in fact, nobody's going to die from the side of T1, and he just gets bopped in the back line. 21-0. 25 minutes in, they're just going to go ahead and tank the turrets. Effort, oh, Effort. Really?
No!
Really? That's how you lose your perfect game. Okay. There you go. T1 still going to win the game in a landslide victory. About as one-sided as it gets. They were unhappy with game 1, and they came